Hi, I'm Kathy Briner, and we're going to do a chair yoga class using the prop of a chair. This will involve some seated work as well as some standing work. A chair is a wonderful prop to use in yoga. Every time you do yoga, you use a prop. It could be a mat, it could be blocks, but we can do a very complete yoga practice doing this wonderful prop of a chair. And because we sit so frequently in furniture, it's really a good time to assess our posture. So as we prepare to move into the practice, and you do want your chair to be stable, that's important, not sliding. I have mine on a yoga mat. You could put yours on some surface that doesn't slip, because that's important for your safety. You want your feet to be able to touch the floor, and we do most of the work away from the back of the chair, so we're using the muscles in our back. So make sure that you have room on either side to stretch and move. We'll be standing and working on either side, so just make sure that there's some space around you so you can do the various movements as we go through the practice. It is called yoga practice. I like to point that out. It's not called yoga perfect. We do this in a way that suits us. So modify and adjust. Take care of yourself. So with pause, it's important to have sort of a pause on either side of the practice. I think of it as the bookends of a practice. The first initial pause is to get our focus, to be grounded, maybe form an intention, like I'm going to really work on taking care of myself and being focused on this practice. You might pause and think of something you're grateful for. But a little, mental adjustment, because this is a mind-body practice. So let's acknowledge how important our mind is in terms of our yoga practice. So we're on a stationary chair. We will take a moment. I suggest you close your eyes in this initial phase. That allows us to turn inward and feel the posture from the inside out. Feel your shoulders relax down. Maybe let your hands here rest on your thighs. You're balanced equal side to side in your hips. You're aware that you're breathing. Breathing is an important aspect of yoga. Breathing's pretty important any way you look at it. But our good posture and our slowing down is going to allow us to breathe more optimally. We breathe through the nose. It warms and directs and filters the air. It also holds, it's like an anchor. It holds our mind here in the present moment. Yoga is personal. Your breath is personal. It's your personal breath. It's portable. It's always with you. And it's always present. You're always engaged in the act of breathing here. So enough, a focus on the breath. So it kind of anchors us to the here and now. And it's, of course, giving us the energy, the fuel for our muscles to move through the practice. So take inventory, feet relax down, shoulders relax down and back, tall spine, space between your shoulders and ears and your lower rib and your hip points. And go ahead and open your eyes, release your arms down and exhale. Inhale, take a full breath in. Let your hands find each other and just rest at your heart. Take a pause. This practice is all for you, so adjust, modify however you like. We're going to let our hands release down on the thighs, shift forward, inhale and exhale. We're focusing here initially on the back, just to ease our back into the practice. I just think that's a good idea. You might want to do this some mornings when you're easing your back into your day. Could never hurt to do that. All right, we'll sit up tall. We will take the spine. This is all the directions the spine goes. We release, we exhale. Inhale, take a full breath in. We're going to rotate. So moving with the breath, linking the breath and the movement. Inhale, we reach up. Exhale, the length of the exhale, we rotate left. Just helps us stay focused. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sway. The spine moves laterally. Inhale. other side. Inhale. Exhale, a little spinal curl. That's forward flexion. Inhale, the first time we do this, let's just take our hands to the lower back or rib and just look up a little bit. A little back bend. And then we'll do this sequence again. Inhale, really reach. Exhale, rotate. Inhale. Exhale, rotate left. As soon as we begin to move, inhale, you'll start to get information from your body, like inhale, exhale, other side. If any joint or thing is uncomfortable, take note of that. Let that inhale inform your practice today. Scoop out your abdominals and round. Inhale, hands underneath the shoulders into the seat of the chair and rest. So we want to use the upper body here. Lift up. Maybe you walk your feet out. That will put more weight in your arms, your shoulders. Maybe you're better keeping your knees bent. You can lift your hips higher that way. Whatever you choose, ask a little bit of your upper body here. It's for healthy bones. It's healthy bones from our shoulders to our wrists in this point. Letting the bones hold gravity makes them stronger. So don't overdo, but we're looking for ways to make this a very complete practice. So using the upper body, reach up, back on the sides of the chair and shift forward to help decompress the wrists. So we want to incorporate as many challenges throughout the practice as we can, and you pick and choose what is appropriate for you. Now we'll inhale up. We specifically here focusing on the shoulders for a moment. Turn those doorknobs opposite directions. Just a nice rotation all the way up through the arm and then up. It's easier to move the arm when we sort of shorten that lever of the arm. A nice way to keep the shoulders mobile if it feels okay for you. We'll tilt to the side and open, and then do this on the other side. This is a warm-up I do just about every time, but after doing it, up, down, wide, we've attended to really the major directions of all the joints and muscles. So they're pretty well suited to even just move through the day, you know? One more time, turn those doorknobs, palms up, touch, forward, back. Again, paying attention to any information your body gives you. Respect that. Up and press like you mean it. Really, really press. Press up, pull down, wide. Press up, pull down, wide. Press up, pull down, wide, and just hold. Just hold. Doesn't have to be strenuous, but a little, just the gravity of the body. Gravity in itself tones our muscles a little bit. Let's reach up and back and hold. Then sit up and make sure you're sort of, you can reach the floor. The way our mind is programmed in terms of moving left and right in our arms and legs, so we'll come to something called goalpost. I use this a lot. And as you hold, check that your elbows are back, out of your peripheral vision if you can. It's just like a little marker. If they sneak up here, we're not using this range of motion, which is important for posture to keep these muscles long. So elbows up, level with your shoulder, and back if you can. That's just a nice little way to ensure we're going to keep that mobility of the shoulder. So we'll take opposite, this is the way we're designed to move. We'll take left arm, right leg. March, march, march. This is the way, because this is the way we walk. So we're opposite limbs. Now, pause, same side, same side, same, same. Pause, opposite, opposite. It just makes your brain is like thinking a little bit about your movement. Same side. I can do this. Up, 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 and opposite. Doesn't matter whether you're on the same side as I am, your brain is now a little bit more aware of your movement. Reach back and hold. And then if you're directed to stand up right now, we're just going to do this briefly, you would automatically bring your feet in because we're shifting our gravity forward. Like when we're aligned with our knees over our ankles, we can't really stand up that way. So it's automatic to bring your feet in and just ease a little bit more weight into your feet until you maybe come up just above the chair. So you're going to really feel the muscles in the quads around the knees. If this is too much, working. If this is too much, release down. But all of a sudden, these big, strong muscles in your legs are really aware. Slowly lower. Now we'll go back to this idea of same side. We're going to take the right side and just do circles. Big circles. Loosen up that hip joint. Reverse the direction of the circle. Just for that shoulder and hip, other side. And again, we're always, we're gaining information. Reverse the direction. If something doesn't feel so good, then it would be a day not to overtax that joint. Now shift forward just like you're giving something away. Come up or just get strong. You can always just stay lower and like a little bit of a curl. Up and down. Moving slowly is more challenging because we're not creating any momentum. So slow and controlled. A couple more. And you can always just like lift the heels if you don't want to lift the legs all the way up, or just shift some weight forward. Let the hips stay low. And we celebrate that we're ending this by pausing, oh boy. Breathe, and then really fun. If you cannot use the back of the chair and kind of balance, it's challenging. Good. Release. Let's extend the right leg out. A little stretch here in the inside of the inner thigh. Rotate and just bow out over the leg and reach up and back. So we'll feel this maybe in the lower back. You might feel this in the front of the chest. With your foot reaching for the floor, you're getting a nice stretch in the top of the foot and the ankle. And then we'll come up and draw the leg in and just let the top of the foot rest down, which might feel a little peculiar. It works on mobility of the ankle and all through the toes and the foot. There's so many joints and little bones. So this helps I always think the feet are so remarkable because they have to be so adaptable. They have weight of our upper body to manage and all the different surfaces and challenges as we walk and move. So we require a lot of changes and a lot of strength and a lot of adaptability in our feet and ankles. So come around, lift that heel up. And do this to the other side. Reach out, rotate forward, and reach up and back. So just holding these positions with lines of the body long kind of keeps these positions in our repertoire, in our physical sort of muscle memory. We don't do these particular things necessarily exactly, but we do so many positions throughout a day. And our body will handle all of that a little bit more easily. We'll be tall. Let's rotate around. Do this on the other side. Just do a little twist here. And rest on the top now of your left foot. And just the weight. Don't have to get carried away. Don't have to press. Just let the weight of that leg resting on the top of the foot is going to, it's just a different position for our foot and our ankle. And then bring it around. And any of these things that we do, can become part of your little daily practice to keep our muscles and our joints limber, serviceable. Okay, with a little bit of swivel, I like to do this. Walk your feet out. Walk your feet in. Lateral movement, very helpful for stabilizing. I say that all the time. And this is just useful to do for strong ankles. And you're doing enough of them to challenge the muscles in this movement. And you're taking your time for mobility to really exaggerate the movement. And this is some of the most, and you know, we're in a chair. We couldn't do this particular thing like this if we weren't sitting. So it's just great how a chair offers a different kind of practice, a very worthwhile one, I think. Couple flexes and points. And I'll we'll be on our feet in a moment, but what a great warm-up. What a great way to wake up the communication between your brain and your feet, just for basic movement and activity. I think of it as insurance, you know. We've got to have sensation. We bring sensation and communication between all of the body in yoga. Very helpful thing to do. Release down. Exhale, inhale. Reach out wide. So wide wingspan. Reach up, shift forward and hold. This should feel nice for your lower back. Keeping your head so that your spine is aligned. You're neither tucking your chin or jutting it out. Feel like a nice long place or position of your spine in this position. Okay. Sit up tall. Scoot forward a little bit. Take a wide stance with the feet. We need to let the right arm and leg move in. I'm kind of supporting with my left hand. I'm going to take a big swoop. So as big a circle, and then come up and look at the ceiling in front of this right hand. And then we're going to alternate side to side release. We're taking our time for nice full range of motion. So we internally rotate, turn that knee in and down, and come up. And we're going to be adding on to this movement. So we come around and we pause. You might come up out of your chair. Your left hand can be there for support. You might choose to stay seated. Around, swoop. By taking our gaze, like up and down, we're actually working on balance. When you change, you know, visually where you're looking, it challenges your brain a little bit to keep its perspective, to keep you balanced. This time we'll come around and we'll hold, and we'll shift forward. So as long a line, so that back heel is up and your fingers are reaching forward and the weight is now over this front left leg. Feel it working. Sit down as we do this transition around. Reach around this big circle. Come up. Feel free to, you know, both arms can be up, one can be down, stabilizing yourself. But let's reach way forward, weight out over this front right leg. Really reach, feel that leg working. One more time here, release. Big swoop. Come up. Now, change coming up. We're going to hop this back right leg in a little bit so the heel can come down. Think the hip that is closest, the leg that is closest to the chair, your left leg shifts back. Now we've changed the position of the lower body. Instead of up with that back heel, our legs are extended and the knee is straight in the front. So our back is flat, sort of parallel, yes, to the floor. Feeling maybe a nice stretch down the back of that front leg, the left thigh. Pull the belly up and in. This helps work the muscles in the back. slowly release. One more time to the other side. Big circle. We come up, hold. We straighten the leg, let that back left heel find the floor. Use those muscles in your core. Pull the abdominals up in toward the spine. Think about your back being flat. You can have both arms out. That will be more challenging to the back and the shoulders. Or you can keep the right arm down. Hold and breathe. Good. Release. Release back. Realign. We come back to, we take pauses from time to time just to come back and kind of develop that muscle memory. Sitting in our, not just our okay posture, but, demanding enough of your focus and attention that you're really aware that everything is sort of in its place the way you want it to be. Do a little standing work here. Again, without, you would automatically adjust your legs, and we'll just come up and down a little bit just for the strength of the legs. So we just come up a little bit and just gently touch and up. Little push-ups for our legs. And if this isn't appropriate for you, just put some weight on your feet. Just like so. You don't have to come all the way up. And hold. And stand. Good. We'll move to the right side of the chair. So your left hand is free to hold the chair. We'll start with the weight-bearing leg, the outside right leg. So legs are extended. There's not necessarily great to lock your knees, but sometimes there's, that's sort of a discussion. Just feel that you're standing tall and your chair is easily held by this left hand. We'll lift the inside right leg, left leg up and point the knee toward the chair. You can do this supported tree any number of ways. You can just support with your hand and like so. You could just let the shin touch a little bit, and then you might lift your hand up. So you can find however, and you can experiment with this. This is just a way to work on balance very safely. Whatever works for you, whatever works for you. So we're working on balance, yes. We're also working on weight bearing. When we have most of the weight in our right leg, we're getting bone density benefit all the way up the leg into the hip. And we hold for enough time to get that benefit in the bones and the balance. So just another couple of breaths. And then as we come out of it, again, our supporting hand can find either the back, let this knee point forward, or maybe the seat of the chair as we're coming forward, and we'll reach up and back with that left leg. Then maybe forward with the right arm. This is called Warrior 3. Think about forming like a T, sort of, your arm and leg and your core body parallel to the floor. Lifting that leg up against gravity really strengthens the lower back. If this is too much, touch that back leg down. Just another couple of breaths. Go ahead and release the left foot down. Stand. We're going to change the weight-bearing leg. Let the left leg do a little bit of work. And lift the right knee and just let it take it out to the side a little bit. And if you can cross the ankle on top of that knee, figure 4 stretch, little hip opener. Or you could just go to the floor. If this is not suitable for your hip, take the lower option. And then just sit back. You can release your hands from the chair. You can just find, we're just playing with enough of a challenge to make it interesting for you. We're stretching the hip, Getting weight-bearing work in this left leg. And we're breathing fully. Nice. Release. Good. Empty shirt sleeves. All right. If you have room back behind your chair, just to stand with support. I'll move to the side so you can see. This is just rolling through our feet. You know, here I said we're done with our feet. Never done with our feet. Always talking about the feet. Every time we walk, ideally, we stride with our heel, and then we sort of roll forward to the ball of the foot. Over time, our feet get a little less flexible. We wear shoes a lot, understandably. So they can become more like inflexible sort of boxes at the bottom of our legs versus striding in the way that is more ideal. So this is simply bringing some, and if you have any issues where this is uncomfortable or feels inappropriate, of course don't do it. But it brings a lot of sensation to your feet and it works the muscles in your calves. And then if you want to feel really silly, you can come up, call it tiptoes, but we're really on the ball of our feet, and you can just walk. It looks like we think we're in ballet class or something. Balance, feet. If this is inappropriate, don't do it, but it really does strengthen the muscles in your lower leg. Challenging for balance a little bit, but the chair's right here. So, again, you might feel a little silly. Let's decide not that we can't feel too silly now. Do something that's good for us. And we are going to tiptoe our way over to the opposite side of the chair. Stand so that our right hand can help us feel secure. Use it as needed. Weight bearing in the left leg. We'll lift, moving very slowly. Rotate the knee to the side. It can be, so just toward the inside of the leg with the knee rotated out. And then you can choose the proximity to the chair so that either it's like just a little suggestion, just that chair barely touching the inside of that shin on the right side, or you can hang on, move away, and go about this with, holding on, not holding on, whatever works for you. But sometimes I imagine like really feeling secure, feel the whole bottom of the left foot, and almost imagine like you're growing roots out of the bottom of the foot and holding you steady. Maybe finding something that, whether you're not looking up or down, but your head is in alignment. All you need to do, standing in a way where all the weight is in this left leg, you're getting a lot of benefit. And then how you play around with your balance is just really up to you. You'll find some days it's much better than others, kind of interestingly enough. So now we'll move to this forward movement where we reach back and up with this right heel and holding the chair where it works for you. Opposite limb balance or supported warrior 3. Reach out with that right heel, forward with the left arm. As close to bringing that arm up close to your ear as you can for working on mobility of the shoulder. Pull the belly up and in. Breathe. That's so nice that we have a chair. This is a very challenging position, obviously, to hold without any support for balance, but you get a lot of benefit for the back, for the hip and the shoulder. Nice full steady breath, and then we'll slowly release, standing now on the right leg, standing tall, letting that leg do the work. Lifting the left knee and turning to the outside. Choose the ankle or above the knee. Outward rotation. If you get any information from the knee or the hip that it doesn't like this position, take the lower version. A little forward flexion to move into feeling a little stretch in the inside or the outside of this left hip. weight bearing, sitting back, using the whole surface of the right foot. You can hold here, maybe you find a little more support with the chair, release your hands from the chair. This is all up to you. Just go where you go. All right, let's stand in front of the chair. Do a little kind of half sun salutations, they're called. Again, it's just movement with the breath. You can hear a little bit on shoulders and hips. Very simple. We inhale. We exhale, reach back, just hovering over the chair. Inhale, hands to the thighs, long spine. Exhale, just do a forward fold without crunching forward with the spine. Just keeping the spine long. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reaching for the ceiling. Exhale, sway right. Inhale, exhale, left. Inhale, arch back, look up. Exhale, the length of the exhale, the arms come down. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, hands on the thighs, long spine. Take the long spine any amount closer to the thigh without crunching forward too much. And then the inhale, the arms sweep up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One last time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, sensible, easy forward fold. Rise with your breath, inhale. Exhale, sway. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. One last little bit of work. Using our chair facing the side, let's turn so that we are facing the left. The chair is in front of us. We'll step forward with the right foot just in front of the corner of the chair so that we can hang on to the chair. Step way back with this left leg. So we're in a lunge, but we're really balanced here over the chair. The weight, the shoulders are over the wrists, so we're getting a nice stretch. That heel is up and back a bit. And then take the chest a little bit closer to the chair with the elbows coming right into the side body and then come back up. We're sneaking in like sort of a lunge and a little bit of a push-up. You don't have to do the up and down part. And you can adjust the range of motion so that it's appropriate for you. So some great upper body strength. More time. As we come up, let's take our forearms to the seat of the chair and just come to a little forearm plank. It's just pull the belly up and in, and you can feel how gravity is helping us develop good core muscles, lower back, abdominals, and then maybe we can pike up a little bit. Walk the feet in a little bit. The heels sink. Come forward. Now, it's always good to transition when we go up and down like that. The chair's right here. Take your time. Move judiciously. Move slowly. Do this on the other side. So we are facing the right. The chair's in front of us. Forward with the left foot, just outside the corner of the chair. Shoulders over your wrists, way back with this back right leg. So we've got good support, shoulders over the wrists. Take the chest a little bit closer and press up. So stretching both legs, the hip, the calf on the back leg, and a little bit of upper body strength and good bone density. Push-ups do So much good. And if this is too much, you just lower your elbows just a wee bit. Just whatever works for you. Couple more. Next one, we'll add the clap. Just kidding. Good. Now hold. Step back. Make sure your chair is secure. We're just holding a plank position. Shoulders over your wrists. Breathe. This time we're, rather than forearm, we're in a higher plank. We'll shift back. Walk the feet in. And then shift back so that your ears can align, kind of a supported downward facing dog. Ears align with your bicep. Nice long line to the spine. Nice stretch through the back and the back of the legs, opening the shoulders. Bring the upper body up. Balance the strength of the shoulders. One last little shoulder position here to wrap up. Inhale up, exhale, arms out. Thumb down on the right, bend the elbow, reach up with the left, pat yourself on the back. We respect what we're hearing from this right shoulder. Don't force that. We respect that shoulder. So like you're patting yourself on the back of the head or reaching down toward the back of the neck between the shoulder blades, and the back of the right hand just comes up where it comes up. Anywhere near this position, you're working on mobility of the shoulder. So this is just a little, don't force, breathe. Take this the other way, reach out, thumb down on the left, bend the elbow, up, 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 so that right elbow is pointed up, left down. You'll notice probably a difference on one side versus the other. Our dominant arm is often less flexible, but that's a generalization. It may be different for you. Breathe. Reach around. Again, this great position which helps decompress the spine, keep the muscles in the front of the chest nice and long. And ease your way back up. Let's take the right hand and go to the top of the shoulder and feel sort of the meat of the muscle there at the base of the neck, and just give yourself a little massage. And then, if this is okay with this right shoulder, cradle your head, hang on here with the left, and just shift to the side. It's a nice release. If it doesn't feel nice for you, make an adjustment. Don't do it. To the other side, fingertips to the top. The right shoulder, just pressing in and out. What we do with massage, it's taking the circulation like in and out of that muscle. It kind of presses it out and then it comes back in. So we want to breathe. Lots of oxygenated blood flow in there. And then hang on. Just drop it over to the side for a few breaths. So simple but so important here as we sit tall. Now let's go ahead and scoot back. Let the hands rest on the thighs. Simply rotate your head so the chin is over the right shoulder. And then rotate your head so the chin is over the left shoulder. So simple, not complicated, but we're in a position that we wouldn't be in if we weren't working on this specific thing, because we start turning our bodies when we turn our head, and then we start to lose a little bit of this mobility from the head and the torso. And you come back around. Close your eyes. Let the chair hold you fully. This is going to be brief, and then you can sit as long as you want. It might be good to just, if your mind is wandering, just be aware of your breathing. follow the breath in and out. You can sit with that for a moment. You know, our minds are turbulent typically. I mean, there's lots of thoughts going along, and I just think of like when we take a pause, it's like thinking about the image of the ocean or water. We go beneath that turbulence to a little deeper state where the water is less agitated perhaps, and a little more serene. So again, you can sit here much longer, but I will wrap this up by suggesting now that you sit up a little bit taller. Release your arms down and open your eyes. Take a full breath in. Hands find each other. May we hope for good intentions, kind words, and an open heart. Thank you for practicing. Namaste.